Chiefs Kingdom, we're doing a challenge here at Chat Sports during the month of June, and that challenge is likes, aka the most likes per channel in this month. So let's start off with a bang. It's June 1st. Let's get as many likes as possible on this video. So if you love the Chiefs, if you love competition, hit that thumbs up icon. And with that being said, we'll jump into today's show. The latest Chiefs news and rumors coming up right now. Today's Chiefs Report is presented by Aura, an all-in-one digital safety provider that's going to prevent you from being hacked online. We got a free 14-day trial for you guys to check out, aura.com/chatsports. We'll talk a little bit more about the benefits of Aura later on in the show. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. We got some news and rumors to catch you guys up on here on the Chiefs Report, so stay tuned for some juicy stuff later on as well. But we'll start with the latest on Orlando Brown. We've been waiting for a potential contract extension to come down the pike, and maybe we're getting closer to that. Obviously, the Chiefs and Brown have that July 15th deadline, as he is under the franchise tag. If no deal happens before then, he'll play this year out on the tag, and then we'll be in the same position next year. But report coming from Jordan Schultz of ESPN is that he wants to get a deal done with the Chiefs. They want to bring him on a long-term extension, but he's actually interviewing agents right now. He does not have an agent, so he needs to finalize on an agent so that person can start doing negotiations with Kansas City, with Brett Veach, the rest of the front office to get the ball moving. Plenty of time. You got 6 weeks. Let's be honest, he might try to become the highest-paid offensive tackle in football. They're going to get a deal done. I'm not in panic mode at this point. It's June 1st. You got 6 weeks between now and July 15th. You don't trade for a guy like Orlando Brown and then franchise tag him and not get a deal done for the next season after that. That's just not how smart teams operate, and the Chiefs are obviously a very, very smart team. And this is a very good player who's going to be an anchor on this offensive line for many years to come. He's going to be the left tackle. Brett Veach revamped this offensive line a year ago after that disaster showing in the Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and to let Orlando Brown play this year out on the franchise tag would just be foolish. So I don't think it's going to happen. The one question that does remain is how much is he going to get? Because the top tackles, especially left tackles, they're making $20+ million per year. Trent Williams, David Bakhtiari, Laramie Tunsil. I'm not saying Orlando Brown is Trent Williams. What I am saying, though, is he's 24, 25 years old. He's an ascending player, and he's going to get 20, maybe 22 or $23 million per season because that's how things work. That's what the market dictates. Even if he's not the best guy, if he's top 5, he's going to get top-tier money. I wouldn't be surprised if he became the highest tackle in football. I think anything less than $22 million would be, quite frankly, a pretty damn good deal for Kansas City. If I'm Orlando Brown and his agent, I'm shooting to be the highest paid tackle in football, so I want $24 million. Maybe you settle at 23, 22 and a half and call it a day. But make no mistake, Brett Veach prepared for this scenario when they traded for Orlando Brown, knowing full well that he was probably going to be one of the highest paid tackles in the National Football League. What do you guys think? Will Orlando Brown become the highest paid offensive tackle in the NFL? Type Y for yes, you think he will. Type N for no, you don't think he will. If he's not highest paid, he's going to be very, very close. Get your votes in down in the comment section. Now, coming up here in just a few moments, says Patrick Mahomes have a new secret weapon for the upcoming season. We'll explore that here in just a moment, but I want to tell you guys a little bit more about our presenting sponsor. That, of course, is Aura. Again, 14-day free trial, aura.com/chatsports. Let's talk more about the benefits of this all-in-one digital safety provider because, guys, hackers are prevalent, and then you want to protect from financial fraud because, hey, I've had a couple of credit cards hacked over the last several years. Not anymore with Aura because they're going to send you real-time alerts, suspicious activity. If it's going on, they will update you guys and say, hey, like this is happening. We got you guys covered as well. Aura.com/chatsports, like I mentioned. Guys, the reality is everything we do is online. Social media, email, shopping, it's all online. Everything I do is on this device right here. I don't want to go back to doing my banking with pen and paper. I do it all on my banking provider app, and Aura is going to monitor all of it to make sure you're not getting hacked, you're not getting your identity stolen and all of that stuff, because last year alone, over 30 billion occasions of hacking happened online, and that number's going up every single year. Guys are getting smarter at doing it. prevent yourself from letting that happen. 14-day free trial, Aura.com/chatsports. That link is in the comments and in the description. Go check it out. It's free. If you don't like it, no big deal, but I feel like you probably will because it's been a life changer for me. All right, let's get to this secret weapon. Patrick Mahomes has been hyping up Justin Watson. Yes, Justin Watson, not just Justin Ross. So Justin Watson, who got released by Tampa Bay earlier in the offseason. Chiefs pick him up. Here's what Mahomes had to say. Apparently, he's been balling out at camp. Watson's been a pleasant surprise for me. That dude can roll. I remember he came down to Texas, and I threw with him the first day, and I called Veach, that being Brett Veach, the GM, and I was like, wait, how fast is this guy? Because he was running so fast, I was late on my throws. Pete Sweeney, who covers the Chiefs and is credentialed up and is at OTAs and all that good stuff, tweeted this out last week about Watson. Play of the day was made by wide receiver Justin Watson. Seriously, during 11-on-11s, Watson ran a corner route against Trent McDuffie, the rookie corner, and Patrick Mahomes hit him perfectly in stride in the back right of the end zone. And what have we talked about a lot over the past few weeks? Competition is going to be heavy at the wide receiver position. Is there another name in that competition in Justin Watson? If Patrick Mahomes is calling the GM and like, hey, what's the dude with this guy? How fast is he? That kind of speaks volumes to me. You look at the depth chart of what you have at this position. I mean, you got 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. Again, I don't know if you have a true number one. I don't think Juju is really that at this point, but you got a bunch of guys who could be number 2s, number 3s, and we'll see who emerges. Juju, Hardman, Sky Moore, MVS. You got Josh Gordon back for another year. We'll see what he can do. Justin Ross, who's had a nice OTA period after being an undrafted free agent. Cornell Powell, who was a 5th-round pick last year. Darius Fountain is in the mix. Justin Watson now. I mean, how many guys are going to have to compete for roster spots? Kind of feels like 10 receivers are going to be fighting for 6 or 7 spots, depending on how many Andy Reid and this coaching staff decide to carry on the 53-man roster. Which is what brings me to this question. How many receivers will the Chiefs carry on their final roster? Will it be 5, 6, 7? Usually teams carry 5 or 6. Kind of feels like this will be a 6 team because they have a lot of different options there. Predicted down below how many receivers will be on the 53-man roster. All right, let's get to one more free agency rumor. That is around Eddie Goldman, the defensive tackle who got released by the Chicago Bears. Bleacher Report named Kansas City as a team that should go out and sign him. At his best, he's a really good run-stopping nose tackle type, but the reality is, in 2 years, he hasn't done much. Opted out in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Decided to opt out that season last year. Came back, missed most of the offseason stuff. I don't know how good a shape he ever got into. Didn't play that well. You look at the raw numbers, which he's never going to be a huge raw numbers guy because he's a nose tackle who eats up blockers. But 22 tackles and 10 starts, 1 QB hit. Not that, again, pass rushing is his forte, but you watch him play, you're like, he's a step slow. That year off really impacted him. The reality is he hasn't been productive since 2019. I mean, that's well over 2 years ago at this point. Sure, you want to bring him in and he can be a part of this defensive tackle rotation that's fairly light. Okay, like I'm not going to completely shut that down. I think Derek Notty's a better player than him, though. I think Kalen Saunders and Tershawn Wharton might even be better players than Eddie Goldman at this point. And there was real question marks last year if Eddie Goldman even wanted to return to play football for the Bears. Like I said, he did not show up until training camp. He skipped OTAs, he skipped mandatory minicamp, he skipped all that stuff. And then by the time he got back, it was like, oh, well, it's not surprising he's not the same player because he hasn't been, in tip-top football shape for a couple of years now. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if he gets picked up by a team. Again, I'm kind of lukewarm on the idea. If you want to let him compete, sure, but I'm not giving him any real money. What's the Chiefs' biggest positional need in your opinion? I still think it's clearly edge. That defensive end spot needs some more depth. Now, if you want to kind of counter that by getting a defensive tackle or two, okay, that's fine. That beefs up the front as well. But I think it's edge. Get your thoughts in down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button here on the Chiefs Report. We're publishing videos just about every day, the latest news, rumors. We're going to do a mailbag later this week, even though we didn't have a live show on Monday. So if you want to use hashtag Chiefs down in the comments and send in your questions, you can go ahead and do so. But subscribe. We're continuing to publish content every single day here on the channel, and we'll continue to do that throughout the off season. All right, did want to remind you guys of the match, the 2022 edition. all football players, no combination with Pro Tour players on the PGA Tour. Here it is. It's Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. They're teaming up to face the vets and Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. It's already here. It's tonight, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central Time. I think it actually tees off at 6 Central Time, 7 Eastern, but that's when it'll get going on TNT. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. There's been a lot of trash talk on social media leading up to the event. That phantom hole-in-one that Tom Brady hit, we know that's fake news. That did not happen. Don't believe that. That was not real whatsoever, no matter what the drone footage shows. So I can't wait for this. I'm going to throw it on tonight. They'll be mic'd up and all that good stuff. Should be a lot of off-season fun. So who you got? Who you're rolling with? You rolling with the youngsters or the vets? Type 1 for Mahomes and Allen. Type 2 for Brady and Rodgers. I think the difference could be the ability to drive the ball further in Mahomes and Allen's case. I know Mahomes can drive 350 yards. I've seen him do it. So we'll see if that plays a role. If you're going to be watching, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you next time here on the Chiefs Report.